halfway through another year.
Wow, I know it.
And
Cannot believe it.
You're slowly getting back to normal in Belton. You finally had the chili cook-off finally took place again. Tell me how that went.
It was great. We were disappointed that we couldn't have the public there, but when we made the call, the governor hadn't lifted the mandate, so we had to do that. But the cooks were very pleased. They were glad to be there because, of course, that got them to move on to the next phase, and so they were thrilled. They were hugging each other when they got there. I think that may have been their first event since COVID, so they were very excited to be back in action, and we were glad to be able to put it on for them.
And they were a lot closer to each other for a change.
They were, and the facility that we carried out the event was our Parks and Rec building, which is a fantastic facility, and it was perfect. Had restrooms for them, had whatever they needed, that building provided, and it was a great day. Beautiful weather, had awesome weather, so it was perfect.
And then not too long after that, you dedicated a new trail here. Tell people a little bit about that.
Yes, the Bubblegum Walking Trail. The Belton Alliance, that was a huge project for them. It was a gift to the city of Belton. That group's been working since probably about 10 years on this project. And we talked about it and wrote grants, slowly started getting money in. Finally got Michael Gilreath on board with us, who has a grading construction company. And he had done some work on like Swamp Rabbit Trail. So he kind of got us going in the right direction as to how to really get it going. He knew who we needed to talk to with the DOT and all that. So he was so instrumental in getting this started. It's a beautiful trail. So proud of it. The public came together. This is all volunteers. And we probably raised, I'm on that board also, and I've been working with it, but I give the credit to the volunteers. It's unreal. We came in, our budget ended up being around $800,000. And the city of Belton only was responsible for 1% of that, that was hospitality money. So that was a huge deal for us. Great gift to the city.
And how long is the trail?
It is about 1.5 miles down and 1.5 miles back. And
tell the story how it got its name.
There was a train that came through Belton in the 1940s, and a little girl would stand on the side of the road and watch the train go by, and the conductor started throwing her pieces of bubble gum. And so the other kids in the neighborhood started coming too, and he would throw them the bubble gum also. So they just named it the Bubblegum Rail Trail. And Bob Tugwell here in town, who was a train enthusiast, found this story in one of his books and shared it with us, and we were like, that's the name. So it's a really cool story.
Well, now that we're coming into summer here in Belton, what you got looking forward to? What are some of your goals and objectives? What are you looking forward to here in the next few months?
Well, we were just granted $2.2 million from the CARES Act, and we have it'll be divided into 2 years of funding, and we're going to upgrade our water meters with that money. And because we did not close our doors during the COVID, we will get to give our employees a stipend, which we're very excited about. We haven't decided what else we'll spend the money on, mainly because of how strict they are with this money. And they've warned everybody, if you spend it the wrong way, you'll be paying it back. So we're very cautious on how to spend it and still looking over our options. But it's a great thing for us to get $2.2 million. We just started a grant facade program. We're gonna for our downtown businesses. If you apply for the grant, we will match up to 50%. We'll match 50% up to $2,500 on improving your storefront. So that has just been launched, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback, and applications are starting to come in. So that should improve a lot of our downtown look. Our farmers market is now up and running, and they're open the 3rd Saturday of every month. A lot of great things up there. Our kayak launch is now up and running and is getting used heavily. Our new coffee shop should open this summer, so we've got a lot of good things going on.
What would you like to see that in your plans? What would you like to see happen here in the next few months ahead? Have you got any goals or things you'd like to see happen?
Our farmers market is now up and running. It's open on the third Saturday of every month. As a matter of fact, our county councilman Ray Graham just gifted us $5,000 to help remodel it, improve our bathrooms and stuff. It's a lot of great vendors there. I encourage everyone to visit that. They've got a new Facebook page that they're sharing, and would love to have everybody come over and see what we have.
And
Thank you, Ray Graham.
And what are we looking at for the Standpipe Festival this year?
It's going well. Lori Manis is our event planner, and she's in charge of that. And she comes in at least once a week and has been steadily getting the vendors lined up, the bands lined up. Everybody's excited and ready to get back to the festival business.
And when is the Standpipe Festival this year?
Our Standpipe Festival will be October the 2nd this year. Our event planner Lori Manis has already been steady working at it, lining up our bands and our vendors, and she's got a lot of great feedback. Everybody's ready to get back in the festival business.
That festival has attracted people from a lot of places.
Yes, it's a big one, and it takes a lot of work, but we love it. It's a great day, with the ending in a really nice fireworks show.
Are you seeing any growth in Belton? Are y'all seeing any growth?
Well, our housing market is really a positive. I don't have any numbers on it, but if you look at the housing, there's nothing for sale right now. And I know there's a lot of people looking. I've heard a few developers are looking at some parcels of land to possibly start some developments. That's exciting. If that pans out, that'll be great news for Belton.
I think we've talked a little bit before about downtown. You're doing some upgrades. Tell me about what's going on downtown.
Well, with the facade grant program, we will be offering a 50% match up to $2,500 to improve your storefront. And we have a few vacant buildings, so we're hoping that will entice new businesses to come in, freshen up the downtown. And we hope to extend that program to the rest of the city. That grant was through the Municipal Association, which was specific to downtown. And the city would like to carry it on after that and offer it to all businesses, not just the downtown area. So that is one thing we're working on, and hopefully to entice more businesses to come to town. We do have a new business. It's called Parts Box. It's a really interesting business. They're here from Florida, and they take really high-end cars like Maseratis, those type cars that have either been gently wrecked or in floods, and they break them down to just parts. Chassis goes out of town, and then they sell those parts. And they hope to, once they get up and running, employ 30 to 40 people. And it'll be really nice jobs, $20 to $25, hopefully an hour. Tuesday night we had our first reading of our budget, and it passed. We'll have the second reading on June the 15th. We do not have any tax increases this year. We have a small water increase based on the fact that it was increased to us, so we do have to pass that along.
And citizens that want to get more involved or find out more in Belton, who do they need to talk to, and how do they need to get involved in Belton?
Well, they can call City Hall. They're welcome to call me. The Belton Alliance is a great place to get involved. We have other nonprofits that are always looking for volunteers and opportunities out there. Our Belton Museum, our Art Center, our Alliance, always looking for volunteers, and they're always doing really great projects for the town.
And is there any update on the museum, the Natural History Museum?
I have not gotten a report from them lately. I think their last project was getting a new sign, and I think that's kept them busy, and they just got that installed. We're thrilled for them to get that. That'll be a nice addition to downtown also.
The pandemic really slowed that down, to having to...
Right.
One other thing that returned this year that just happened recently was the Palmetto Championships. How did that go for the city?
It went really well. It's big crowd as always. The weather was perfect for them. It couldn't have been any better on the weather. Got all the matches in, and look forward to next year with it. It is a great. It's the county. I mean, it is such a benefit to the county, not just the city of Belton. It's a huge event for our entire county.
And remind people who don't know what that is, what it is, what the Palmetto Championships are.
Well, it is a state tennis tournament that you qualify for your regionals. So it's a very important tournament for these kids to come play in and get in a position to move on to the regionals. And they've always loved that tournament. The Rex takes such good care of the umpires, the players, the parents. He is a top-notch tournament chairman. He puts his heart and soul in it. After we did the Bubblegum Rail Trail, the Combo Kings played downtown. Joey Lance did an induction of the Hall of Fame and of the Parks and Recreation Department. And we're going to have another night on the square with David Jones and the Combo Kings playing on I think the Saturday before school starts. Whatever that Saturday ends up being, we shut that one end of downtown and had like downtown sounds, and it was a fun night, and we're going to do it again.